going on, guys? It's Zach, and you guys wanted a Q&A video, so I'm going to take a few questions. I actually got a decent amount, and we're going to answer them and see what you guys think. So let's just get right into it. It's MXOXO asks, if you could DJ for any artist, who would it be and why? God, I don't know. Probably someone who does a lot of festivals. I think festivals are doper than a lot of, like, just doing a venue. Like, tours are dope, but I think just festivals are cool. They're bigger, they're outdoors. I think that's just, like, a really cool idea. And, like, the sound and systems and the stages are just incredible. I don't know if I could pick an artist. Like Kanye, Jay-Z, Chance the Rapper would be pretty cool to DJ for. Something like that, I guess, which is kind of different than, because you don't really DJ for dance artists, they're DJs. Yeah. SFab94 said, what inspired you to create Island? I wanted to do a brand for a while, and 2 years ago when I was at work, I would just draw things and write little phrases that I thought would look cool on shirts. I saw people like OK Chris do it, and then obviously wrapped it with Love the Plug, and I was like, you know what, I want to do something like this. So eventually I was just listening to a lot of like that tropical and reggae kind of style music and was making it at the time. So I was like, let's just do something with it. And I talked to Shelby, who made the logo. And I was like, listen, I got this idea. I told Shauna, I told a bunch of friends, and I was like, we're going to do this. It's going to be sick. And yeah, it just kind of came out representing escapism. It was something that I always grew up listening to, was like Jimmy Buffett and things like that. So I was like, let's just make our own thing and connect it to everything and just kind of push off some good vibes and just doing what you want and feeling good. And yeah. The Mary Gale asked, is working with not only rappers but singers interest you? Hell yeah. I'm willing to work with anyone who doesn't have a big ego, is willing to be open to ideas and changing things up, open to criticism, constructive criticism, maybe taking the song a different way than they imagined, but like overall just giving someone a dope product. I think whatever puts out the best music possible with the coolest people that give off really good energy, and the product represents something of good status and caliber, and isn't I don't want to work with people who are aggressive people with huge egos who are like hateful or just exclusive and don't talk to certain groups or associate with certain, like, I'm just willing to work with anyone. Like, I'll work with, obviously it would be dope to work with like Tiesto or Zedd on a track, but then like get Matty Healy from the 1975 on something because people like him. I honestly don't even know if I've ever listened to 1975, so I'm kind of shut in with genres at times. But just doing something, or like working with like something like that, and that'd be cool. Like a lot of difference. Like how Zedd worked with Alessia Cara, even though she's R&B, and Chainsmokers and Halsey. They're both kind of pop, I guess. But, and then, who do you want to influence most with your music? Kids who are alone but go to the festivals and make a ton of friends and don't feel alone because it's a bunch of people together supporting and loving the same thing. I think my music is meant for kids who want to feel good when they go out to the show or the club, and it hits home. It's a lot of emotions. It's not party and drinking music. I guess it's more of emotions that the lyrics really hit you, in the verse and then the breakdown, and then when the chorus comes and then the drop, it kind of just you just release all the negativity and kind of you just go with it, and you feel good when it happens. Measy X Miller, Robin said, if you got the chance to stay in the zoo for a week, which animal would you want to take care of and why? This is the coolest question. Giraffes. I think they're kind of tight. My friend took care of a giraffe when she worked at a zoo. I think giraffes, cool. Zebras. Basically something that's not going to trample me in a stampede. Like an elephant or a rhino or some crazy shit. And I'm not doing lions and cheetahs. Too unpredictable. Those scare me. To beat up. But like giraffes, I feel like they're cool. They're just chilling. Don't Be So Clean. Who is your biggest DJ inspiration? I guess Tritonal. I first heard their song Now or Never, and with that was when I kind of started. I mean, I'd bought like a Tiesto album and a Zedd album and another Tiesto album I think in the past, and like Afrojack. I had like the mainstream DJs who were on the radio, but then I heard this song. I was on YouTube. I don't know what I was watching, but it popped up in the corner in the thumbnail of the video on YouTube was this girl with like a flower crown. I was like, wow, she's like really pretty. I bet this song is cool. Like, let's look at the song though. So I clicked on the song and I was like, alright, this isn't bad. Like, it's kind of cool here. And right when the chorus came in, I was like, what is this? Like, my head like popped up and I was like, oh my god. got that song, got the song Runaway by Pierce Fulton, Audience Serotonin, and there was a 4 song. I had like 4 songs that I would just like rotate through the dance music. I had no idea what dance music really was, and it was like those songs. And then I got into like other people. Definitely Triton, I think, got into it. And then I got to meet them like a year later, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, that was really where I had the few albums, like I said, but I really dove in and was listening to all these different artists, and like really knew where like these artists came from. So I really started to get familiar with the scene and find out what EDC was and all these festivals. So I think Triton, to give that really long answer. We got a few questions from Facebook. Caitlin Rose Greeley said, "When's the next time you're coming to Boston?" DJing for Matt Corman, June 17th. That's, I believe it's a month away. Or it's like less than a month. No, it was a month yesterday. So, yeah. DJing for Matt Corman, Middle East Downstairs. You can get your tickets now. They're super cheap, only $15, and there's VIP for, I believe, $35. But go check out mattcorman.com for tickets. As far as my own headliner, we had planned to do a club night, and we kind of had trouble getting a date that I wanted, so we don't know if it's going to happen yet. But as far as a headliner, separate from club night, because club nights aren't all ages in my mind for this. As far as a headliner goes, we have ideas that we want to go through with, but we're very far away in the sense that we have to like work a lot to get to it, and everything has to line up perfectly for the idea that we have to be like a thing. So we have ideas, but like nothing's set in stone. We're working to it. Brianna Conti said, "What's fair part about being a DJ?" Being able to drop a track, like a super, dope mashup like Power Bieber, and then just I could just drop it into Beautiful Soul by Jesse McCartney, and everyone would be like, "What the hell did you just do?" But it all makes sense. Like by like the chorus, they're like, "Okay, like this makes sense." So being able to change the emotion anytime and do what I feel, and like bands that go through the whole song. I said like I could be able to switch anytime. Why I think that's a big advantage. Not an advantage, but like it's something that like I'm able to be creative with, since like there's no instrument up there. With like the turntable is the instrument in itself, so like to be able to be as creative as possible is something that I love to do. Like I found like the Roses mashup I did at the first show. I don't think I did the second show. No, I didn't. With Roses, and then I went into Love Yourself. I saw the Chainsmokers do that, and I taught myself how to do it. So like doing things like that, even bringing in other people's ideas, is just something that I like to do when I'm doing this. And then what's your least favorite part about being a DJ? Someone who thinks I just plug in my laptop, download remixes from Trap Nation, and hit play, and don't do anything else. Like I'm doing my own mashups, my own singles, like things like that shows. Yeah, I play like actual songs at times because like that's what people want. But like, I think like, if people think DJing is so easy, then why aren't you doing it? Like drop the money if you're like, oh, I could be famous, I'll do it. Then why wouldn't you? Like just if you're gonna get negative about it and be like, oh, anyone can do this. But yeah, I mean, just people who are like, I download this and I just hit play. And yeah, like you might do a cool transition here and there, but like if you don't make your own stuff, I just don't. Unless you're like a radio DJ, but like if you're in like house, I mean, I guess like I don't know, people who think it's just super easy. And really, there's no work that goes into it. Because it's an absolute lot of work. Brittany Nicole, what was your inspiration to start DJing? I had a DJ program freshman year of high school, and in that I didn't know what I was doing. I would hit like cool effects on things and make the track sound wicked big and echoey and reverbs and things like that. But that was it. I never even had turntables. And then 4 years later, freshman year of college, when I started getting into dance music, it was Easter weekend, and I was home. I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it. And I just went out and dropped like $400, and my parents were like, dude. And I was like, trust me, it's gonna work. And it's working right now, so no complaints. And that's kind of where I started, and I ran with that. I DJ'd a few shows in the Middle East, headlined it, and just kind of ran from there. That's from Brittany Nicole. Mira Patel, waffles or pancakes? Waffles. I like pancakes, but I just eat waffles more. They're more convenient. Alright, Dina, that's so bad. I don't know that. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Happy with the job and being self-sufficient, being able to provide for myself. just being happy with whatever I'm doing, and maybe even still doing music. You never know. And keep pushing this. So thank you guys for watching. Go check out Island Clothing. The link will be below. And go cop a shirt right in time for summer. We're shipping them out, a day or two after you order it when it goes through. So go grab a shirt, and we'll send it to you just in time for summer. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you for sending your questions. We'll do this again soon.